I just wanted to show what the first day on a job is for me. When I first look at a job, we specialise in doing jobs that people say can't be done. Either they can't figure out how to get a staircase up or how to make the space that we're looking for without destroying the house below. These are the two jobs we're on at the moment. This is the house we're standing at the moment. So when I first looked at the job, I get the footprint, figure out roughly what way the stairs is going to go, so as I can then tell, once I know everything fundamentally is going to work out, it just needs fine tuning. Like, it'll take me a while to figure that out, and then I can spend the day fine tuning when I finally get here. So for this house, for example, once I figured out the exact shape of the stairs, the exact shape of the stairs, either way the stairs is the same shape, it's just different, and then the final product is actually a little bit different again, but fundamentally the bottom does what it's supposed to do, the top does what it's supposed to do, and the middle doesn't screw anything up in the meantime. I measure up the size of for the steels when I'm first on the job as well, assuming I get the job, because I get most of the jobs I look at, so I can have the steels ready to go as soon as I arrive on site. So both of these jobs, people were told they can't be done, and then we're getting a fine bit of space in the jobs. Now this one, because it's so low, so on this job here, for example, that's me walking around in the attic, where a Velux window goes, you get extra head space, so you can walk, instead of your head stopping here, you can walk out further. It's an extra 400 millimeters of walking space. In this job here, the only extra walking space we're going to get in the attic is from where a Velux window goes, and we're doing some crazy stuff to get the Velux window way higher in the roof than you normally would be able to. And then what we're doing also is we're putting 3 of the biggest windows that Velux make all connected together, so you get the extra head space continuously across the attic, so we get to the top of the stairs with good head space and be able to walk through and still have a decent usable room with lots of floor space in a house that they were told they couldn't have an attic conversion. Likewise, this fella, the layout of the house lended itself to going up at the stairs in a very easy way that everybody was looking to do, to give him a very poxy horseshoe shaped room here that was going to be useless. But then I figured out to get the stairs up that my stairs is here, so he's left with a double bedroom in this very small hipped roof house, and he's got a double bedroom with fine big windows in it instead of the poxy thing that other people are going to give him. Right, so on the first day, I spend the whole day fine tuning everything, so each individual step I need to know the height of it, so as I can map out exactly where it's going to land in the house and see it's going to affect the staircase, or see if the staircase going to affect the windows or the head heights or anything. And to confirm that what I told the customer in the first place, that this wall does not need to be moved out, but this door does need to move down. So I marked exactly how far the doors need to be moved, what needs to happen with the electrics to suit, so the switch has to be changed to the narrow switch and put on the architrave as the door moves down. This master bedroom door needs to move into the room, 320 millimeters in this case, and the switch stays as it is. I mark where, because I have the staircase figured out and ordered now, I can mark the floor joists upstairs, so this is exactly where the floor joists are going to go. That's the last structural floor joist to go up here, and the trimmer where the end of the stairs is over here, that's going to come off the last floor joist across to the gable as the stairs goes up, around and back over our heads here. So that's everything I do to figure out how everything goes, and as long as my carpenters put the wall where the mark is, put the joists where the marks are, and the joinery makes up the stairs exactly as I've asked them to do it, as my joinery always does, then everything's going to work out perfectly down here. And then I do the same up in the attic then. We just after getting here, so nothing in there yet, but I mark out the rafters exactly where the windows are going to go, mark out specifically the size of the windows on the rafters, and again, once the carpenters cut the rafters where I've marked, everything's going to work out perfectly. Likewise with the steel, I measure the steel when I first look at the job and figure out what size it's going to need to be and what size the steel needs to be. Confirm with the engineer so as he's happy, and then figure out how wide the room can be so as I know where the steels are going to be. In this particular house, it's going to be 1.9 meters off centre for the steels to still give us a decent side wall that you can put a desk up against or a bed and it still be useful. And this house was a wider one, so there was 2.4 off centre on each side for the steels to go in for here. Now the steels for this one have to be a different shape because they have to go down to the hip. So I figure out all that on the first night looking at the job, or first day looking at the job. Order all the steel to be ready to build into the job as soon as we arrive. And like that, once we do everything as I've designed and the engineer's okayed, and the engineer will come in at the end of the job and sign off that he's happy that we've maintained all the relevant building regulations, all the appropriate head heights, all the fire safety issues, and then he signs off on it. That's it. That's what I spend the first full day of any job doing, is fine-tuning all the designs I told the customer initially I could do, and making sure I live up to everything that I've promised, and which I always do. I make sure I do, and that's it. So after this, now the carpenters just do everything to the marks, and they're qualified carpenters, so there's no issue with quality control. To do great work.